Welcome to another episode of PC Building Simulator. In the last episode, I built a really nice black and gold themed PC. If you missed that episode and you want to go back and check it out, I'll put a link up in the upper right hand corner. Let me hop into the email. Let's see what we have to work on. This right here looks good for a fix for this episode. It says, "Hi, this is embarrassing, but I need something repaired. I'll be playing this game or whatever, and then out of nowhere, the PC will restart. I've got to have it in 3 days. If you can, I'd love some plastic green cables in there." I think I clicked on something bad, sent from my phone. Okay, so they got a budget of $400. It looks like they want us to replace the power supply and the RAM, as well as put in some green cables and run a virus scan. Since they clicked on something bad, I'm assuming we should run a virus scan. All right, let's take a quick look at their stats. Since we need to replace the PSU and the RAM, they've got a Silverstone ST60F Ti and some ADATA XPG Dazzle in red, 16 gig, 2400 megahertz. So I will get that added to the shopping cart here in a bit. But let me go ahead and accept that one, and then let's go down to the bottom. Let's just do this bottom build right here. It says, "Dear Sir, Madam, I need a new rig and I hear you can help. My friend recommended Adobe Premiere Pro CC. Will my PC run it? I know used parts can be cheaper, but I'd like new ones, please. It's urgent, so please hurry. Best, Robin." So Robin's got a build. Robin's got a budget of $4,250 for this build to run Premiere Pro CC at recommended spec. Let's take a quick look at will it run. Premiere Pro, where are you? Oh, it's up at the top. It's Adobe, not Premiere Pro. It's Adobe. There we go. Recommended spec. 16 gigs of RAM, 4 gigs of VRAM, 7 gigs of storage, an i5 6400, and a GTX 970. Those specs seem pretty low to run Premiere Pro, but, you know, whatever. I'm sure for this budget of $4,250, we can easily build something better than what is listed there. So let me go ahead and accept that one. All right, let me get the shop opened up. I'm going to step away, get some parts for this build put into the shopping cart, as well as the parts we need for the repair. And as soon as I've got it all in there, I will come back and show you. All right, so here is the RAM for the repair. I'm actually getting 2 sticks of it because their budget allowed for it, even though they only had 1 stick. Hopefully they won't mind the upgrade to 32 gigs of RAM from 16, as well as the extra throughput of dual channel. So hopefully we'll get 5 stars from that. Also, here's the power supply that we need to replace for them. Then we need to put in green cables and we need to run a virus scan. We'll get to all that when it comes in. For the build to run Adobe Premiere Pro CC at recommended spec, we're going to go with the Asus TUF X299 Mark I motherboard. We're going to use an Intel i9-10980XE. I'm not sure I've actually made a build with that CPU. I could be wrong. I may have made one. It's pretty expensive, but you know what? I thought it'd be fun to use in this build. We're going to go with 4 sticks of Patriot Viper Steel, 8 gig, 3600 megahertz, a Patriot Viper VP4300 M.2, that's the 1 terabyte with the graphene heat shield, a 4 terabyte Seagate Barracuda, you know, for all that backup storage for video files. We're going to put in a 1000 watt Antec signature power supply. We're going to put all that in the Be Quiet Silent Base 801 case. That's actually the wrong case. That is the wrong case. I want the non-windowed 801. Let's go change that. I want this one. Because this seems like it's going to be a business PC. They're not going to want a window. Let's add that to the cart. Same price, just no window. So I don't know if you noticed, but there's no graphics card and there's no cooling for the CPU. That's because even though they didn't ask for it, we're going to water cool this. We're going to go with the Corsair for basically everything. We've got a Corsair XC9 CPU block. We've got a Corsair XD5 reservoir. We've got a Corsair XR7 360 radiator. That's the thick one. That's the thick boy radiator. And then we're going to go with a GTX 1070 Ti that's water cooled because it called for a 970. We're going to upgrade them to a 1070 Ti. All right, so we've got all of this for next day delivery. Let's buy that. Let's come over here. Next day delivery. Let's buy that. All this will be coming in. Let's see. We did accept the repair. We did. Okay. Let me go into the day. We can get everything in and we can get to work. Go to work. All right. Here's our stuff. Oh, we got some stuff from PC Bay. This is the first episode in a couple of episodes we've gotten any PC Bay stuff. Looks like we got a motherboard and an SSD. Very nice. Very nice. Here's our sticky note. Let me get this and put it over here on this table. And then we've got our case for the build. There we go. Big old case. And here's the repair. Here is the repair. Let me slap that down. All right, so we need to replace the power supply, the RAM, green cables, and run a virus scan. Lots of stuff to get done. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and remove all these cables because we are going to be replacing them with green. Every red cable needs to go. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. I do want to go ahead and take this cooler off just to get it out of the way. Get this RAM out of here. Get this power supply out of here because that needs to be replaced. There we go. Okay. So first, for RAM. Let's scroll down here to the bottom. Theirs is definitely broken. It is worth $4 though, so I will take the $4. And then we're going to grab these 2 sticks of RAM. Let's see, how do we want to put this in here? Do that there. And then, oh, let's do fits this PC. Then we'll get that one there. Some fresh thermal paste on their CPU. And then I'm going to go ahead and put their CPU cooler back on. There we go. Then, power supply. Theirs is broken. It's also worth $4. Let's get rid of that sucker. Grab the new one. Get that installed. And I want to get the PSU mount on here. There we go. All right, cabling. They wanted green. So, let's see. They didn't say what color green. Should we do something bright? Like maybe this sleeved plastic plain green? See how that looks. Oh yeah. Well, that one's not green. There we go. That's green. That's green. That looks real nice. There we go. Okay. Okay, let me make sure this thing boots. I do want to hop into the BIOS. See if they need XMP. They do not. I'm not even going to bother to turn it on. Hopefully that's the only drive in there. We'll let this thing boot up. Okay, and then let's see if they've got viruses. USB drive. Look at the back of this. This thing lights up. Huh. That's pretty neat. That is pretty neat. Okay, so virus scanner. Oh, this is slow. All right, let me restart. And then we're going to check this thing for viruses. Alright, let's get this scan going. 284, not too bad, but probably enough to be annoying. Let's clean that up. This thing should be done, other than putting the side panels back on. There we go. And this side. Perfect. Should be ready to go. Let me go put this over here in the delivery area, and we can get started on this build to run Premiere Pro CC at recommended spec. Let's get this case taken apart so we can start getting some stuff put in it. Let's see. This probably needs to come off. I don't think the top comes off at all. This needs to go. This needs to go. And these need to go. And this fan needs to get moved to the front up here. But I think this needs to go as well. We gotta take a lot of parts off of here. Let's see. I think a couple of these beauty panels can go back in. I think just the bottom one, if I remember right, needs to stay out for mounting the reservoir. Let me grab the case fan, though, that I just took out and move this up here to the front. There we go. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, so before we start putting in regular PC parts, let's get some of these water cooling parts installed. We've got the Corsair Hydro X Series XR7 360mm radiator. That's this thick guy we're going to put up here in the top. Should be more than enough cooling, I hope. I hope. And then let's get the reservoir installed. That goes right here. Perfect. 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 Okay. Let's come back over here. Grab the motherboard. We've got the Asus TUF X299 Mark I. Now we'll get this installed. Then I'm going to get it ready for CPU. Not going to let me... There we go. CPU, we've got 4 sticks of RAM going in. That's right, this one only has clips at the top. And we've got an M.2 drive going in down here. So first, let's get the CPU in. We've got the i9-10980XE Extreme Edition. There we go. Next, let's do RAM. We've got 4 sticks of this Patriot Viper Steel 8 gig 3600 megahertz. We'll get all 4 sticks of this installed in the 4-channel mode. There we go. Then, let me get some storage in here. We've got the Patriot Viper BP4300 M.2 1 terabyte. This CPU is not going to take full use or make full use of the speed of that thing because it is older, but it'll still be nice to have a nice fast NVMe drive in there. Then while we're doing storage, let me come around to this side and we're going to go ahead and put in our 4 terabyte Seagate Barracuda. It'll go right there. Next, I want to get some thermal paste on the CPU. And I want to put the CPU block on. We've got the Corsair Hydro X Series XC9. There we go. Let's see. Let's get this ready for the GPU. And we also need to get our power supply installed. We've got this Antec Signature 1000 Platinum. There we go. Let me unplug this. I want to go ahead and put the PSU cradle in. Perfect. Then I think all we've got left to put in here is the graphics card, which is over here in the custom water cooling section, because we've got a water-cooled GPU. We've got the GTX 1070 Ti from EK. Come on, there we go. There we go. We will get that installed right there. Okay, I think we are ready to plumb this thing as well as cable it up. So, let me start piping it. I do want to use, where are we going here? Clear rigid. And I'm going to use see, what do I want to use? Let's use these black nickel fittings. And if any of these bins start taking too long, I'm just going to step away and make the bins happen, and then I will come back and show you before I accept it. But let's go out of here and up into the radiator, and we're already going to have some crazy bins to deal with. Let's do that. Nice and simple, gets the job done. Perfect. Then I'm going to come out of the radiator and down into the graphics card. Just do a simple like so. Other than the fact it's at a weird angle, that can be fixed. I do not like the way that looks. Let me fix this. I'll be right back. All right, that is much better. Let me accept that one. Then let's see. Let's see. We're going to come out of the graphics card. Let's go over to there. We'll just do a simple. Is that enough to clear? I think that'll clear that fitting. We're about to find out. Let's accept that one, and then we're going to run from here over to here. And this has a lot of bins, so let me step away. I'll be right back. All right, I think that looks just fine. Let me go ahead and accept that one. Then we need to cable this. I think I'm just going to go with some gray. Let's see. Maybe this light gray. Let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's do that. Again, this is a solid panel here. No window. So once it's all closed up, nobody's really going to be looking in it. But we still want it to look nice. Still want it to look nice. Okay. Need some coolant. Well, let's see. Maybe we could go for some black. Some black clear, black flecked. Sure, black clear. That looks great. That looks great. It's running backwards from the way that I wanted it to go, but don't really think it's going to matter that much because it's going to go through the graphics card, get cooled off in the radiator, and then hit the CPU. And then back to here, which this will gain a little bit of cooling before it goes back into the graphics card and cycles. Not such a big deal. Not such a big deal. I wanted to go into the CPU first. But I think it's going to be just fine actually running in that direction. I'm not going to go through and change how this is just because it went the opposite way. I think it'll be just fine. Let me go back here to parts. I do want to get some of these parts put back on. We've got a dust filter for the front. Got a front panel. Let's see, we've got this PSU shroud. This can't go back on because there's a fan there now, which is just fine. And I think that's about all until we're ready to actually put the side panels on. So let me get a USB drive in here. I'm going to go ahead and power this up. Hop into the BIOS. I'm sure I'm going to need to turn on XMP. Oh yeah, there we go. Make sure we're booting from the right drive, and I'm going to go ahead and let this thing install the operating system. And I may change some colors. I mean, honestly, the lights don't really matter. So maybe we'll just dim them down a little bit. But let me put the lighting app on. While that's restarting, I'm going to go ahead and put this side panel on because we're done over there. And then we'll take a look at this thing without the side panel on because there's really nothing to look at once the side panel goes on. Okay, select all. Maybe we'll just come over here and do like a gray. Yeah, so there's a little bit of light, but it's not overpowering. That's not so bad. That's not so bad. I think we're going to leave it just like that. The customer can always change it. All right, let me hide the UI. We'll take a look at this thing without the side panel on. I think it turned out pretty dang nice. I wish the Corsair was right side up, but there's not much I can do about that. Not much. I do think it turned out nice. Let's put, whoops. Let's put the other side panel on, and then we'll show you that there's, yeah, nothing to look at. Nothing to look at. Looks like a business PC, but, you know, I think that's kind of what we were going for with a Adobe Premiere Pro build. It's kind of a business PC. So there we go. There it is. It's all done. Let's go put it over here, and hopefully they'll like it. Hopefully they'll like it. Let's do... Actually, this one down here says it's urgent, so please hurry. Sometimes it's better to turn those in first if we're doing multiple. So let's see if it works on this one to get a 5-star. Nope, still 4 stars. The new custom PC is great, money well spent. I'll still take your 4 stars. I will still take your 4 stars. Okay, and then here's our fix where we replaced the PSU, the RAM, put some green cables in it, and ran a virus scan. 5 stars. They fixed the PSU in my machine, and kudos for the cool plastic green cables they put in. All right. All right. Oh, this one's expired. This one's expired. Oh, well, let's get rid of that too. Got some more in. Let's get rid of the red dots. There we go. Daily deals. Anything good? 8086K, 650 watt power supply. Broken PC with a 9700K. And a 6900 XT for $961. And a Celeron G5920 for $17. Oh no. Oh no. Don't need that. But let's go take a look. Let's go take a look. That's not bad for a 650 watt power supply. Sure, why not? Sure, why not? Okay, whatever. You got me on that one too. Ooh, I do like that case. The Raging Tech Coas Elite. I like that case. I've built in it quite a few times actually. For $961, yep, we're gonna buy it. We're gonna buy it. But I am not getting this Celeron. 2 cores. Ugh. Ugh. Man. Even at $17, I just wouldn't build anything with that. Wouldn't build a single thing. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you get notified as soon as a video goes live. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe out there. And I will see you in the next episode.